Hello, how are you? Today I'm going to tell you about the amazing benefits of orange peel, so you'll stop throwing it away. Many people eat the orange and throw away the peel. Don't do that anymore. It has many health benefits. I'll even give you several tips on how to consume orange peel in a more enjoyable way, as well as some interesting combinations for you and your health. So stay with me until the end, because you won't want to miss it. First of all, if you're new here, welcome. Take the opportunity to subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell. I post new videos every day and you're going to love them. Let's start by talking a little about the benefits of orange peel, because many people already know that the pulp of the orange has many health benefits. I have a video here where I talk more about it, which is the video, Does Orange Make You Gain or Lose Weight?, where I even debunk the idea that orange is a very high-calorie fruit. In fact, the whole orange, with all its pulp and in controlled amounts, is not a problem. Orange is a healthy fruit, very rich in many nutrients. The bigger issue is really the juice, and I explain this further in the video. I've already talked about the juice, I've talked about the pulp, and some people have asked me to talk a bit more about orange peel, because many people consume it and want to know if it has any benefits. It does have many benefits, so let's start talking more about them. One of the main benefits of orange peel is that it is very rich in vitamin C. We already know that the pulp of the orange is rich in vitamin C. But many people who are looking for different sources of vitamin C and can't consume a lot of carbohydrates often don't realize that orange peel can be an interesting option. Because it has many nutrients, many interesting properties. I'll talk more about that for you. But in terms of caloric value and carbohydrate content, it's practically insignificant. So, unlike the orange pulp, which also contains vitamin C, but also has carbohydrates and calories, the orange peel will provide you with this nutrient that is so important for immunity, collagen, our overall health, and for the skin, but without bringing the issue of calories and carbohydrates. I've mentioned in other videos here, even when I use lemon in some recipes, that an interesting detail is that when we use the peel of citrus fruits in general, we get more bioactive compounds. And oranges behave exactly the same way. In the orange peel, we have a very high concentration of polyphenols, even in greater amounts than in the orange pulp itself. So, polyphenols bring many benefits to our health, including helping to control type 2 diabetes and chronic degenerative diseases such as Alzheimer's itself. In fact, there are studies that already show a correlation between polyphenol consumption and the prevention of certain types of cancer, so it really is very interesting to add them to our diet. Orange peel is also very rich in provitamin A, it is very rich in calcium, and it is very rich in various B-complex vitamins, which will bring several different benefits to our health, to our immunity, and to our skin in a broader sense. Another very interesting detail is that almost 90% of the essential oils present in orange peel come from limonene, which is an essential oil that has already been widely studied for its strong antioxidant, anti-inflammatory, and cancer-fighting properties. So it is a great addition to our diet. Depending on how you use orange peel, it will also be very rich in pectin. Pectin is that white part of the orange. We have the pulp of the orange, which is usually orange in color, and we have that white part that sits between the orange and the peel, which is usually orange colored, or depending on the type of orange you eat, it might be more greenish or yellowish. So this white part of the orange is actually very rich in pectin. And it's very interesting because pectin is a fiber that helps excrete more cholesterol, helps lower the glycemic index of the meal, aids in controlling blood glucose, and also gives you a greater feeling of fullness. Of course, many people are concerned about using the peels of foods because they're afraid of pesticides. This is a very legitimate concern. I have a video here on the channel where I talk more about foods that are very high in pesticides, how to properly clean them, and I share some other really useful tips. And when we talk about consuming peels, not just orange peel, but any vegetable peel, it's a concern that many people have. So let me tell you, usually you can deactivate a large part of the pesticides by using a solution with baking soda. So you can use 4 cups of water for every 1 tablespoon of baking soda. I talk more about this in my video on pesticides and share some other really great tips. I'll leave it down below. But then, how do you eat orange peel? Because a lot of people would like to add orange peel, but they don't know how. Mainly because it's usually very tough, hard to chew. It's not like apple peel or pear peel, which we can easily eat along with the fruit itself. And it's also a bit acidic. It can even cause discomfort for some people, like gastritis, because if you try to eat the whole peel of an orange, it's difficult. So, you have a few options. You can use zest from this peel, for example, to add flavor to yogurt. You can put it in your yogurt, you can add it to your pancakes. I have many pancake recipes here on the channel, and you can use it to add flavor to cakes, to cake toppings. It can be a really interesting option. You can also use it to help thicken some fruit jams, for example, when you are making homemade preserves, especially if you use the thicker peel, as I mentioned earlier, where you'll have the white part with pectin, and you cook it slowly, maybe with an apple jam or a strawberry jam, or even with other types of fruit jams. I even have a really tasty recipe here on the channel for 100% fruit strawberry jam with no sugar. You can also add a bit of orange peel there because that pectin will give our recipe more of a jam-like consistency, and that way you'll get the benefits of the peel without having to chew it. For those people who eat fresh oranges every single day and find that they can't use up all of the orange peels in just one day, there's also the convenient option of carefully drying the orange peels out in the sun, so that you can then store them in clean, airtight jars and use them whenever you want or need them. Another very easy and practical option is to make orange peel tea, which is also a great choice because you can put a piece of orange peel in some boiling water, wait about 15 minutes for it to infuse, and then use it. And an interesting point is that you can combine this orange peel with other teas because it will give a very strong orange flavor, very tasty, naturally sweet, with that orange fragrance. So you can even use it in another tea that you might not like as much, like green tea. You can add orange peel for flavor, or you can combine it with another tea that is already naturally tasty to complement the flavors, such as cinnamon tea or clove tea. You can use it with a more neutral tea like dandelion tea to enhance the flavor. I have many videos about teas here on the channel, Teas for Your Health, and I'll leave this tea playlist down below for you as well. If you don't know where the description is down below, there's the video title here and an arrow. Click there and a tab will open with all these tips and information for you. So tell me down below if you already use orange peel or if you usually use the peels of other foods. In fact, I have videos here on the channel talking about other peels, for example, passion fruit peel, which you can use to make your own flour at home. I have a video about eggshells too, where you can make your own flour at home to get all the benefits. I'll leave these videos about peels down below so we can further expand this full use of foods, which is good not only for saving money, but also for our planet by reducing waste and especially for our health. Let me know down below if you reuse any peels. I'd love to see your comment. Like the video because that really helps me out, and share it with anyone who might need it. Let's work together to grow this chain of good, which is exactly what I want for this channel. See you next time. Bye.